Hi folks, how's it going? Chris here from MoDXtra Games and Collectibles. Welcome to the channel. A pleasure to have you here with me today. And I'm just hopping on with a bit of kind of quick and dirty news reportage for you all. If you've not already seen, then Walmart CollectorCon is taking place on the 25th of July. That might have passed you by actually, because it has been a wee bit overshadowed by all the San Diego Comic-Con, like, enormousness and all the massive amount of stuff that's coming out around San Diego Comic-Con. But they've got the Walmart CollectorCon. This is just like a special retail event on their website with, you know, collectibles, toys, etc., etc. There's one in particular that's caught my eye that I'm going to talk about in a minute, which is the G.I. Joe Classified set that is part of Walmart CollectorCon. And we've seen it today because 7 days in advance of the Walmart CollectorCon taking place, they have opened up a sneak peek so that we can see what's in the catalogue for Walmart CollectorCon. And yeah, I've got things to say about the G.I. Joe Classified Series 1. So that's the key headlines. Walmart CollectorCon taking place next week. Got a sneak peek today. But for the G.I. Joe Classified Series fans out there, there's definitely something that's going to turn your head. And here it is, ladies and gents. We've got a Falcon and Quarrel Night Force 2-pack in the Walmart CollectorCon. Interesting that it's Quarrel. The leading speculation for a long, long time, I think the main source of this speculation was from the Full Force podcast, was that this 2-pack was going to have included Heart-Wrencher, the Dreadnought Heart-Wrencher. But no, it's not Heart-Wrencher, folks. It's Falcon and Quarrel. So this tease that we were getting a hero and a villain in the same package is either misdirection, a fallacy, or there's another 2-pack out there brewing, waiting to be revealed, that is a hero and a villain. Maybe some cross wires around the inclusion of Falcon, because we knew Falcon was definitely on the way. So an interesting one, obviously a Walmart exclusive as part of the Walmart CollectorCon over in North America. No information around availability in Europe and the UK and further afield, etc., etc. I'm going to assume it's going to be a Hasbro Pulse exclusive, or maybe some of the independent retailers will be able to source some from the Far East. Historically, some of these kind of Walmart CollectorCon figures have become more readily available in the future down the line anyway. So I wouldn't be hugely concerned about it, but pre-orders for this on the 25th of July. Interesting that it's Quarrel. This is obviously a nice little fan nod piece to European collectors. Quarrel was an Action Force character. I had a Quarrel back in the day. In fact, she was probably more readily available. I had her on a motorbike, the Ram. More readily available than some of the other kind of key American characters. If you want to stick around, I'll have a quick sneaky peek at the Shooting the Gallery promo photos in a moment, and you can see on her sleeve she's got the Union flag patch there, which is really nice and obviously makes it way more attractive to folks like me. Although ironic, I suppose, that it's a North American retailer exclusive. But whatever. But there you go. That's the news. That's the key headlines of the situation, ladies and gents. So stick around. I'm going to give you a little bit of commentary and some thoughts and take a look at the promo photos. But if you're just here to get that quick dump of information, I'll put everything there at the top for you. So to summarise, 25th of July, Walmart CollectorCon. Sneak peek is open on their webpage right now, and G.I. Joe Classified fans can go and take a closer look at the new Falcon and Quarrel Night Force 2-pack. All right, well, let's go have a look at some of the promo photos, and I'll share some thoughts and opinions. Okay, well, here we go then, folks. On my whiteboard, I've got the two figures here from the kind of render photo showing off the figs to have a talk about. So, obviously, one of the key selling points and the bit that will be the most head-turning is the fact that Falcon has now got an actual decent head sculpt, a proper head sculpt there. We all know about the mainline melted face, frying pan face, weird situation. We all know about that. This is a much better head sculpt, and there'll be a lot of people interested in grabbing this and then, you know, dropping this spare head on this body and then getting that head on their mainline Falcon. And I wouldn't blame them, to be perfectly honest. I wouldn't blame them, although it is possibly the most expensive kind of accessory pack if all you're after is the head sculpt there. But there we go. But that looks far better to me. Obviously much more proportional, which was the key problem there. But just generally a good looking head sculpt. And you look at that and you go, yeah, I recognise that's Falcon, which is really awesome. I'm a bit less sold on Quarrel's head sculpt. That's not excited me quite as much, but I do want the character. I have interest in the character because, like I say, there's that UK Action Force nostalgia element attached there. This may well be one of those situations where in hand it doesn't quite look as severe. I think it might be the hair, to be honest. It just looks a bit kind of really severely slicked back, over hairsprayed, kind of 80s action style. But, it's great to have a new character, great to have one with such a nostalgic connection. What I will say, though, is that out of the whole set, the head sculpts, the two heads, are the only new thing about this. Everything else is just repainted reuse. Falcon's body, of course, is the Outback book, latterly used with Range Viper and now used with Falcon. I think the vest on the top there is Flint's. Then the little neckerchief here, that's from the Viper. Had a grey one. The two torches, I think, are the Outback torches, but they might be the Tunnel Rat torches. Of course, the backpack and the shotgun are from the mainline Falcon. The machine gun and the grenade launcher are from the Range Viper. We've definitely seen all these daggers and knives before. And then we've got the goggles here from Tunnel Bat, and of course the Steel Brigade helmet. So the only thing that's not repainted reuse here on Falcon is the head sculpt. And then if we go over to Quarrel, we've got Scarlet body, we've got Shooter flat jacket, Steel Brigade helmet, reuse weaponry. We've seen all of those several times, and then the Scarlet stuff to go along with her body there, which you could argue with Quarrel is, I don't know, less egregious maybe to some extent. Like, why is Falcon not in his mainline uniform, but just if they were going to do a repaint, I'd rather it just be a straight up Falcon in a darker paint scheme like they did with Shockwave or Tunnel Rat, you know what I mean, in a different paint scheme. Whereas they just used a whole different body on him, which I find curious. I don't know if there's, maybe someone let me know in the comments below, is there like a comic book lore connection as to why he's in this different gear or not? But you could argue that Quarrel's kind of a bit more excusable because she was, the vintage figure was a Scarlet reuse. So if they're leaning really heavily into kind of nostalgia zone with this release, then they've kind of just followed the same pattern that they did back in the 80s. But aside from that, the colour scheme looks interesting. It's nice. It's looks nice and symmetrical and interesting to the eye. I like the kind of green, black, grey, brown thing they've got going on. The Falcon body, if you do want to take the head and pop it on your mainline Falcon, is certainly good kit bash fodder. We can't deny that. It's good quality kit bash fodder. The weaponry selection is what it is. I mean, I suppose there's an element of low effort because it's an exclusive of that nature. Although arguably that level of reuse is being seen across the board right now, but I'm not going to get into that argument. So I like the colour schemes. They're good books. They're good figures. If you did want to pick them up and then just use them as just sort of general kit bash fodder, then I think that would be fine. If there's folks out there who are just like, oh man, I really wanted that Falcon head, then I could appreciate some disappointment there. Like I say, I'd have probably preferred the Falcon mainline body with the new head in a Night Force colour scheme like they did with Tunnel Rat and so on and so forth. But I'm repeating myself now. So yeah, there you go. There's just a few thoughts on the figures overall. But the main thing I think folks will be particularly interested in is that much improved head sculpt for Falcon. If you're on the fence, you might find the Shoot in the Gallery promo photos tempt you. If you're on the fence, they might tip you over the side of making a purchase. They often do with me. This guy is extraordinarily talented and really knows how to market these classified figures to the likes of me. This picky here is less exciting, but when you see the two of them together under a bit of studio lighting in an action style pose, yeah, they look pretty good. They do look pretty good. Again, if you wanted to pop those heads off and use them elsewhere, and then just take the Steel Brigade style helmets on them and just use them as kind of army builder cannon fodder, then I could see that totally working. I like this one down here, although I must admit the Outback furry arms and the big guns look a little non-Falcony. I always picture Falcon as a little bit more lean, although in the movie he was quite bulky up top, wasn't he? But that's another nice one. And then finally another little action pose there. And obviously what Shooting the Galaxy has done is sort of chopped and changed around the accessories and the weapons. So we can see Quarrel wearing the radio gear backpack there. Yeah, interesting. If you're on the fence, maybe those promo pics will drop you down on one side or another. And there you go, folks. That's it, really. That's all I had to say. This just caught my eye. There's other stuff in there, but nothing that's particularly turned my head. Like the Marvel Legends figure that's on there is Professor X that we knew was coming along and we'd already been told was going to be a Walmart exclusive, for example. So this was new, fresh, and somebody sent me the link and I went, ooh, you know, so why not hop on and make some content out of it. I'm going to edit and turn this around super quick, so it might even mean I've ended up putting 2 videos out today, which is never happens on this channel. So apologies to the regular viewers out there, like, whoa, what's going on? But thanks for hanging out. I hope that was helpful and informative. If you did obviously enjoy the video, then give us a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, then come and join us. Subscribe to the channel, become a part of the MoDXtra Games and Collectibles viewing community. We're all very friendly and lovely around these parts. But otherwise, just, yeah, thanks for hanging out. Let me know in the comments down below what are your thoughts on the Falcon and Quarrel 2-pack. And hopefully I'll see you next time around these parts for another video sometime soon. All right? Well, have a great rest of the week, folks, and I'll see you later.